We made a lifetime revenue of over $2.5 million renting out tables and chairs.
Our chairs alone have made $1.8 million. So stay tuned as we discuss how to start a table and chair business. So next we're going to talk a little bit about chairs, the different types of chairs. Right in back of me is basically your normal, your basic white folding chair. But this is just a steel frame chair with a plastic back and bottom. So it comes in different colors. There's brown, I know there's blue, there's black. Then you also have your garden chairs, which is basically a must for every wedding. So you're gonna have your white, black, and then moving on to the next one, we also have Chiavari chairs. That's gonna be your more upscale. It's gonna cost generally more, and the reason being is because like you actually buy it costs more, and then on top of that, stacking them up is more of a pain. It takes up more space. After the Chiavari chairs, there's also bar stools. Then you also have your crossbacks. If you take in consideration a throne chair, they're also considered chairs as well. And then there's many different options of throne chairs. There's the, just a regular throne chair, like armless. And then there's a arm throne chair that you can use for individual seating, but it's very expensive. They do that. Right in back of me, we actually have our rectangle tables. These are 6 foots. They have 6 foots, 8 foots. And then you also have 4 foots. They also have toddler tables that are really low to the ground for the kids. Another size table is rear round tables. They go in 48-inch rounds, 60-inch rounds, 72-inch rounds, and they even have half rounds. So it's basically half a table. It's really popular at weddings when you just have 2 people that are sitting there. And then after that, you can also rent out cocktail tables, which is a big hit. You can have them like the height that you're standing up, which is 42 inches, or you can have them down low. I think it's 24 inches. But other than that, that's pretty much the different types of tables. Oh, and we have picnic tables if you want to involve them as well.
So you have a couple different places you can go about getting this equipment. Most of the tables that we get is kind of more Sam's, Home Depot. It's kind of where we started at. Lifetime tables right there. But technically, it depends if you're doing wood, plastic. There's countless different providers for them. Salina does some global events. If you're inside of a city, where do you think they should get them from?
I think the best thing is to find somewhere locally, because when you order them online from different manufacturers, it takes some time to get them to you. And sometimes, depending on when you're ordering, they can be on back order. So if stuff's on back order, it may take a little bit longer. But if you find somebody local, and that's why we run with the Sam's, because there's Sam's all over the place, and different ones have different tables for us. And on top of that, the plastic ones are super light.
I don't think we've really bought any used tables at all. If someone was selling lifetime tables that were gently used, we might have bought them, but we don't know anybody selling those gold mines.
We have the new model, which the new model tables, they have like a nestle feature on it, which basically they sit on top of each other and they lock in. Most of the stuff that I see on Facebook Marketplace or like OfferUp or Craigslist, they're all the old style that just slides off. So that's the stuff that we don't want.
Yeah, but also you have to watch out for like scuffing, because on the different material types of tables, the granular types we like because you can clean into them and it's kind of a little more rougher. It doesn't scuff as easy, because the other ones kind of reminds me of like a eraser, but not the good erasers. That cheap ones you get and you start running it and it turns black and it's hard to get it out. Now, when it comes to chairs, buy used chairs or new chairs. If you have the money, do brand new chairs, but if you don't, you need to go hit that Facebook Marketplace like Eddie be doing. So that's kind of some of the places that you can start. You can go from the used route or you can go from the paid route. You just got to keep looking. The one thing I would say that you could look into that a lot of people don't, there's sometimes a lot of people who are getting this business realize that they're not cut from the cloth to do this. You can buy people's materials, buy their business, kind of run from it. And I think it's a way better way to kind of generate equipment. So when you start in this business, you can technically start with like 100 chairs if you wanted to. Just to kind of get your feet wet, 100 chairs, and then you get the tables to fit for that. So that'd be about 12 to 13 tables. Make some extra money on the weekend. You do a couple, 2 or 3 backyard parties, smaller events. People who are doing more backyard stuff will want more rectangular ones because they want to sit more people. People who are doing more upscale, nicer stuff are going to want more rounds. But from a cost standpoint, I think most of the 8-foot tables are going around from 90 to 150 something, depending on which brand you buy. You can buy wooded ones, those up to probably 100 or so. And the other models too as well. And then chairs, what's chairs price looking at from a used to new?
On used, it goes anywhere from like $5 all the way up to like $12. And then brand new, I think they're like, the cheapest I've seen them were like $12.99, and then they go all the way up to like $17.99.
The only thing is that once you find a brand that you're going to use, you need to stick to it. And also too, it makes it easier to recognize if it's your table or not. But people will try to pawn off some random table they got and stuff too as well. If you starting out and you have less than $50,000 worth of equipment, labor is you. You're gonna be labor, so you can be just your time and the time you can take away from the things you usually do. If you have a family, taking time away from them. If you don't have a family, and you're taking time for whatever you do when you don't have a family. If you're starting out and you have a garage, just know that space, if you continue to grow and continue to buy stuff, it ain't taken up, and you can go from there.
Or a lot of times, some people, like if you don't have a lot of equipment, or like people that do bounce houses, sometimes they'll just have like a van and they'll leave it in their van. They just do it that way. Or they have a cargo trailer? They leave it in the cargo trailer and just drive it around each location.
We got a little baby trailer in there, but we're gonna bring that out on the weeks. And you're not gonna see that unless you see junk removal. What's junk removal called, Eddie? What we gonna call it?
We're still working on the name.
Work in progress.
Now, when you're first starting off, we're gonna get you the operational breakdown, exactly what you need to do right here. It's pretty simple. If you have to clean, it's pretty straightforward. You're not gonna hire nobody for this. All you're gonna do is get the right equipment. You can start out with Simple Green.
Well, this is the stuff that we used to use, but we found a new product that works way better. Our equipment looks a lot more cleaner, so we're gonna get this bad boy out of here. Hey, what are you doing?
What are you doing? I think it's a sign for them to get that ultimate checklist, and so you can clean up your business. Let me move him out the way. And this is the special product. This is that 18-in-1. It cleans alcohol stains. It cleans your credit. It cleans your car.
Blood.
Clean your relationships up. And you can use it as mouthwash too.
You serious?
And it has a little bunny here. No animals tested. It's a little bit more expensive, but the deal that we got is pretty much at the same, because this one, it's the amount that you have to use is so little versus Simple Green, which we were using, is about 20% more than Simple Green.
Now, let's talk to those 10% of people who are going to start off who either have a business currently or who have a little money put to the side and they're not planning to do any of this work at all. Those people, you're going to need to hire a cleaner, you're going to hire a driver. These can be the same people depending on how you map stuff off. It's just harder to find somebody who does both very well. One thing you need to know with people is that if you have one, you have none. Because if some person doesn't show up, it's over. You know, when you start off, I think you should do the work.
So we just finished the racks. See my here, we got 5 of them. They look pretty nice.
Just so you understand it, unless if you have a business background to start off with. What are 5 things that you would do starting off that you would do different than what you did before?
First thing I would tell young Eddie about the table and chair business is that he's gonna be very strong, because it's a lot of heavy moving, and it's not one specific item you're dropping off. You're just dropping off hundreds and hundreds of items, because for the most part, you're gonna deal with events that are ordering like 100 chairs or maybe 20 chairs, and you're gonna do like maybe 5 or 10 deliveries. So we're talking about hundreds of chairs versus tables, not too many. So I'd highly invest in something that helped me out as far as like moving the items and taking away the strain of my energy on each drop off. It's like a must to have dolly. So 4-wheel dolly is a must. You have to have that. 2-wheel dolly. These pallets that we build, the wooden ones, I would tell myself like, hey, because before we bought a whole bunch of the expensive oak wood ones. They've all magically disappeared. We've had like over 50 of them, and now I think we have 2 or 3. So I would tell myself to not buy those and instead invest on less expensive things like these 2x4 pallets to move the tables and chairs around.
And no one steals.
The second thing I would tell myself is invest in a good cleaner for the white chairs. Once you have brand new equipment, they're nice and pearly white, but if you can keep them white, every time you clean them, I feel like it's less likely to look older per se.
And then when you bring someone on, make sure you have a specifically directly reference to how they impact your revenue. I will hire slow, even when times are going fast. Tina, what do you think? Would you hire a media team?
I wouldn't even hire a media team unless you know the reason why you are starting the media team and if they are able to bring more into the business.
So you would fire yourself?
I would fire myself, yeah. What type of either vehicle or trailer would you suggest them purchase so that they are able to at least make the transportation to make the deliveries?
So the first thing I would do is that same thing I did on my vehicles. We put a photo up here. I went to U-Haul and I got a receiver hitch on the U-Haul. If you have like a pickup like we had, you can kind of start from there. You can do a lot of stuff in the pickup. You'll be so surprised what you can do in a pickup, especially with a pickup and like 4 or 5 straps. What else would you think about, Eddie? I mean, let's say you have like $6,000.
I mean, if somebody feels comfortable with driving trailer, then I would get a truck and trailer because you can fill the bed of the truck and then you can pull a trailer.
Those vans still work out if you don't like to strap stuff down, and make sure you have a cage there so if you get knocked out.
All right, so starting a table and chair rental business, how much are you expecting to make?
If you're doing Facebook Marketplace and running ads, I would say you would make 25 to 35% of your money back that you spent.
So how much do we personally make from our tables and chairs?
$2,549,225.77. The crazy part, I don't know how this thing even got to 77 cents because we don't have any of these chairs and stuff that's like some weird number like this. Maybe that was some things that were going on, or that was interesting. Custom pricing. You're right. Make it work for you.
So the last question that I have for you guys is, what are some of the pros and cons of starting a table and chair rental business?
The pros? Everyone in your family that has a party now has a person to go to for the tables and chairs.
Yeah, so you can use the stuff, use it with your family. My thing is,
Tables and chairs is a lot of cash flow, but you have to learn how to use the cash flow. But it is good cash flow.
Tables and chairs. One of the cons I would say is labor intensive because there's so many chairs that you have to do. Sometimes you'll forget dollies. It happens all the time, and you're gonna have to be carrying these things by hand.
And the only thing that goes along with this, which makes it constantly is bad, is it's expensive. You have to buy everything, and you have to be able to do it. The only good thing you get paid before you buy it, but you do have to buy a lot of stuff. And if you want to kind of build up, you're going to have $1 million in equipment, and you'll have a lot of equipment early on.
I think the last cons I would say is cleaning. Like since most tables are white and a lot of chairs are white, cleaning is sometimes an issue whenever there's scuffs and scratches within the equipment. I would say that would be a con just because a lot of clients do care about how the tables and chairs look, especially if you yourself are not renting out linens to them. It matters a little bit more because now they have nothing to actually cover these scuff marks.
If you're planning on starting a chair and table rental business, make sure you check out Rent More Pro, specifically built to help people who are starting chair rental business get your store up and running. It starts about $9.99 is the monthly price you can start for. So make sure you check that out in the description.
Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Tina, and I'm here with
Xavier Kelly,
Eduardo Sauceda,
and we are the Rental Boys. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please click this playlist up here, or please like, comment, share, and subscribe so that we could bring out more videos to you.